My name is Fredo Tovar. I am a co-owner of A+ Films with Edwin Tovar and Scott Fleischman. I was first introduced to film, I'd say like senior year of high school. Between myself and my high school teammates, we put together like a mixtape of like our best highlights to try and like send out to colleges. And from that came the curiosity for film. So the first major decision that took my curiosity towards a career was committing to going to school, not just for basketball, but to pursue a career in film. And that happened through a mentor of mine named Coach Wilson, who had a basketball program in the Valley that helped high school students and college students get to college. Like say like junior college kids or like high school kids get to a university, get to a bigger college. At that time, I was in junior college. I was enrolled at LA Mission College, and I was taking some film classes there. But I remember my goal back then was just to get a certificate. I thought that was like the way to get a job. But then he was like, no, there's film schools where you can go and you'll meet people and you can cultivate this idea that you have. I would say that the second biggest decision happened when I decided to stop looking for a job and create a job for myself. The moment that made me want to actually pursue an entrepreneurial career was an interview that I went to, and this lady did not let me sit down for the interview. I walked into the room. She said, what are you interviewing for? I said, for the editor position. She said, okay, you don't even have to sit down. I'm looking at your resume, and it says here that you live in the San Fernando Valley in Sylmar. I suggest, honey, that you go find a different career. Right? And then I left there extremely mad, and I decided that day that I would never attempt to go get a job in this field again, that I would make it work for myself. The third decision that brought things back towards it working out for myself and all of us was, it started out as a down point where we had shot a handful of music videos for like local artists. That ran out. Like we just ran out of people to shoot videos for, and it was just like, what do we do? So I'm sitting there with my brother at the house, and we just thought of this idea that we would just MySpace message like every single artist that we could find and try and get them to let us shoot a video. And I got a MySpace message from this group called 1500 or Nothing. They're music producers out of LA. They had put together their own money to open up a small studio at an office space. They gave us the opportunity to just go there every single day and like film them making music. And because they were so good at making music and they were on their grind, a lot of important people kept coming to the studio, right? So once we built enough trust with them, they started contacting us when they knew that somebody important would come to see if we can possibly get some work out of it. And at that studio is where we met Kendrick Lamar. So that same weekend, we shot 2 videos for Kendrick for free, and that's where our relationship with them started, and then it just hasn't stopped since then. So like, if we had not taken that opportunity to send that MySpace message, and we had not taken that opportunity to show up to that studio, that would have never happened. And I don't know if it would have came full circle for us to impress them enough to let us work with them.